Shot collars. Everybody's all intrigued about shot collars because when they go to the pen, they know who's going to tell them what to do, tell them how to program, force rules upon them. And that's a frightening thing to most people out here. But shots have to be called. And guess what? Your boy's been a shot caller at many spots, many yards, many buildings. And I'll tell you the breakdown of what I think's good and what I think's bad about being a shot caller. Other than the movie Shot Caller, I don't really hear about it on the street unless it's on these YouTube channels. So let me clear this shit up real quick. A shot caller can be someone who has the keys to a building, they can have the keys to a yard, or they can have the keys to a whole prison. There is motherfuckers who have keys to the whole prison in the whole county. Those are the biggest homeboys. Those are the people you know as the AB. The people who have the keys to every prison in their county, and that's the fewest of people. Now it breaks down to the motherfucker who's got the keys to the yard. The motherfucker who has the keys to the yard, he oversees everybody who's got the keys to every building, every block. Now, a person who has the keys to the block oversees just the building and the inmates in his building. So, I mean, there's many different shot callers at many different levels. This is militant. This is prison. These are shot callers. These are motherfuckers' lives. You don't fucking play when you come to the pen. Now, basically, I've been around, most of the shot callers I've been around base their shit off some shit like that Robert Greene book, The 48 Laws of Power, which I don't fucking agree with, and is actually a book that is deemed contraband by CDC. You can't even have that book because it's some bullshit that is telling you how to take advantage of people and be a shitty human being, in my perspective. That's my opinion. You don't have to take my opinion. This is just what I feel about it. I'm more of a leadership type of individual who's going to do more than he asks you to do. So if I ask you to put in work and stab this motherfucker, if I ask you to put in work and put hands on this fool, remove this fool, just know I've done it. So I'm asking you to do less than what I've done before. And I can ask that because that's how it is. When you're the boss, when you're the shot caller, you have someone doing work that you've done before. That's how life works on the street. That's how life works in the pen. If you don't like it, don't go to the pen because the pen is based on violence and power. Like I've said before, it's a dictatorship. It is not a democracy. When I walked into some of the first yards I've been on, my cellie had the C-yard at Centinela. Now this dude, this was a 4-yard. Now this dude was so blown out about how much power he had, he didn't care. Pimping and pandering is a bad charge as a white dude. You cannot have that charge. That is a sex crime. Pimping and pandering, yet I saw this motherfucker, my own cellie, on the cell phone telling his chick personally to pimp herself out so he could supply his drug habit. Now, I don't agree with that shit. I don't think any woman should be ever be pushed to any bullshit like that, and it pissed me off from the gate. This fool was famous for telling his chick that the pussy was for clucking and the butthole was for fucking. He told her she could sell her pussy for his drug habit all she wanted while he was busted. But when he came home, that butthole better not be touched. And this is some real fucking shit from a real sick-ass motherfucker. Now later down the line, he got stripped of his power. There was different power plays going, and shit went bad for him. Pretty much people didn't like his get down. They found out a different loophole to overthrow him, and he got his motherfucking shit handed to him. But that's how it is in the system. You're not safe as a shot caller. The very few motherfuckers at the top have to worry about IGI so fucking tough, they're going to get rolled up by IGI. And the highest up people, IGI being the investigation gang investigation unit in the pen. The people who investigate the pens is IGI. So if you're calling shots, these are who are going to fuck with you. But anyways, the highest of the high people, they'll probably get a federal indictment for any sort of phone crimes or fucking drugs they're pushing on the street or murders they're having take place from the joint. Obviously. I mean, this is obvious. People act like there's too much being said, but every fucking thing is known. It's whether you blow the spot up or not. That's why if you're accountable for your actions, you can only blame yourself, and that's something you need to take to life. Don't ever start blaming people when you get cracked. Don't ever start blaming people when bad shit happened. I didn't blame the fucking snitch-ass, bitch-ass motherfuckers who narked on me. I just said I was a fucked up individual for fucking with lames. That's how I protected myself from it in the future. I fuck with very few now. My circle's small. I like it that way. I've actually met better people off social media that got better energy, got better plans for my life and theirs than I did ever in person. It's fucking awesome. But anyways, 48 Laws of Power, a shady way of controlling people. My way of leading in the pen, my way of being a shot caller was extreme accountability and leadership at its highest potential, at my highest potential, which was me always noticing traits about people and spending time deciphering individuals. When I got to know people, I could see that there's two types of individuals that exist in the pen. There's a type of dude who has no lack of confidence. He has a slight ego. He's willing to do some shit that he don't even agree with. And that's the type of dude who walks in a room and says, here I am. You know, he's that type of dude, that here I am motherfucker when he walks in the room. And that type of dude has to be pushed to be more compassionate for his fellow soldiers. He has to be pushed to have love for him, show love for him, and bring him up. This is how you build a quality team. Now, there's the other type of individual in the pen who's that, there you are, motherfucker. They're always looking around, and they're trying to find where they fit in. And that's okay. They just have a lack of confidence. They have a lack of fucking follow through on shit. They need to be pushed. So this is how we help each other. These people need that more fuck it, let's get to work type of attitude like I have on my Instagram. Fuck your inner bitch, fuck your feelings, let's fucking go. Those are the type of people who need that. But the type of people who already have that are the people who walk in the room and they say, here I am. Those people are already with the business. They're ready to go, but they need to be more compassionate, work well with others more interdependently so that they can succeed and they don't run themselves into the dirt with the overinflated ego. So now me being able to see these two types of character traits in individuals, I was able to not be an orchestrator. I was able to be a leader. And a leader wants the best for you. A leader's showing you the fucking way that worked for him, not pushing off a shitty ass way that was passed down from him from a bunch of bitch ass motherfuckers. A bitch ass motherfucker, like I've said before, is that motherfucker who's going to have you do shit that never worked for him and he know isn't working for him till this day. So I always, even though in videos I've said I've had people put in work, I gave them the best route to get themselves out of it in the best manner possible. Because there's people above me, like I said, in the calling of shots. There is motherfuckers well above me. I'm just having a block or a yard. Now there's someone above me that will have my ass whacked in 2 seconds if I make the wrong call. So don't be a shot caller if you don't have to be, and be one if everyone else around you is a fucking wreck. It just so happened I had a certain set of charisma, I had a certain set of standards and consistency and institutional sophistication to where when I walked into a spot, it was obviously my next because the motherfucker there wasn't cutting it and always had to ask for my advice to make a proper shot call on any shot anyways. So the fucking point being, like the movie Shot Caller, that I haven't even watched, but I saw one clip on YouTube when I was coming through it, and it was the fact that any normal motherfucking one of you can end up in the pen and get a piece put in your hand and say it's time to put in work, motherfucker!